So for voluntary sharing, what we're going to do is we're going to have Jane tell me that it's okay to give a treat to soon to arrive, my cat Fig, prior to her eating a treat. So this is teaching Jane to share with Figaro. But we're going to start it nice and easy so she understands the entire process before we actually incorporate Fig into this, into the picture. So the reason why we do that is we want to make sure that she's comfortable with everything before we have him come in. Now, Jane and Fig have no problem sharing, and so that's why the setup is accordingly. If Jane was concerned about Fig having a treat, then I might change the arrangements by having some barriers between them initially. But for now, we don't have to do that with Jane and Fig. So you're going to change your situation based on your animals at home. Now, I'm going to have, first I have a stool with a towel. So this is where Jane can offer her start button, which she's very clearly demonstrating is a chin rest. So when Jane puts her chin onto this towel, that's her saying yes or go. So green light, I'm ready for the next step. I am going to use 2 bowls here because I want to make it very clear to both my animals where the treats are going. Now for Jane, I'm going to place the bowl next to my knee. You're not going to be able to see it, but you're going to see me place the treat there. The reason I'm doing that is I want to get her out of position when I feed her so that then she can go back into the chin rest in order to ask me to feed Fig another treat. So this bowl is going to go right here. Now when I have Fig here, I'm going to have a bowl for him to eat out of there. So Jane will understand that this is for Fig and this is for her. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show Jane what this is going to look like. So when she offers her start button, I'm going to simply reach into my treat pouch, place a treat in the bowl next to her, which gets her off of the towel, and then I'm going to wait for her to offer again. So basically every time she offers her start button, that's a cue for me to reach into my treat pouch and feed her. Okay, so now that Jane understands the game, I'm going to wait for the chin rest, and rather than feeding her, I'm going to place a treat in the teal bowl first and then feed her. So now she's going to start to understand that her start button gets me to place a treat in here and then feed her. So the game is now, start button cues me to place a treat in the teal bowl and then feed Jane. So now we've introduced a friend. This is not Fig, this is a stuffed animal. So the stuffed animal is going to help Jane see what the picture is going to look like. So now when she offers me her start button, I'm going to feed the stuffed animal first, and then feed Jane second. So Jane is understanding, we're going step by step, she's understanding the process of this game without incorporating her helper just yet. Once I have her fluently offering me her start button in order to feed the stuffed dog, now I'm going to incorporate Fig. Okay, so now we have Fig. So when Jane gives her start button, I feed Fig and then I feed Jane. And again, I'm feeding her out of position so she has the opportunity to say go, or she has the opportunity to say not yet by keeping her chin off of the towel. So when she rests her chin, I feed Fig, and then I feed her. And so Jane has control of this game, and she's telling me when she's comfortable with me feeding Fig, and then she gets reinforced for making that wonderful decision to share with her kitty brother. And that's how we're going to teach voluntary sharing.